Let's bring in Fox News contributor and Marine veteran Joey Jones. Joey, it's always good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
I imagine that you have had worse environments where you've slept before while you were deployed in the military. I'm just going to guess, you know?
It just cracks me up because all Newsom does in something like this, it shows how disconnected he is from what is our military and the culture of it. I'm sure Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, saw that and just laughed. I responded to him and said, listen, the night before the op I lost my legs on, I slept on softball-sized gravel underneath my truck. So if we got mortared, well, I wouldn't get hit. I've slept in extremely awkward positions around men that I love, and something like this, those guys, and if there are gals, I can't remember which unit that was specifically, but they're in there and they're having the time of their life. Is it a little bit miserable to go on an impromptu deployment, to have to police a city like that? No, that's not necessarily fun, but getting to do your job and suffer a little bit to do it, that's why you join the military, to serve and sacrifice. And that's what they're doing. They're in a covered shelter with central AC, and that's more than most of us get.
I was reading there were many filings in the last 18 hours related to this lawsuit that Newsom filed to stop the deployment by the president of the National Guard and the Marines. And there was one, it was a brief filed from 8 different former members of the military. And they wrote in this, it was like former admirals, a few generals. The National Guard personnel and active duty Marines are not trained or qualified to conduct domestic law enforcement operations, which poses a danger to the safety of both the troops and the public. And personally, and by the way, they're not performing civilian law enforcement.
Yeah, that's the rebuttal there. Did you see any of them with a badge and handcuffs? No, their job is to protect the safety of federal employees, and I guarantee you every one of them is trained in some sort to do that, because that's the job we do in every other country in the world. That's the job we do when we have very important personnel, special assignments come through. We pull active duty EOD techs a lot from the Marine Corps to go through and do the EOD job, the bomb tech job, every time the president, vice president, a cabinet secretary, somebody running for president, or a foreign dignitary comes into this country. If they have to go into a room that hasn't been swept yet, an EOD tech, an active duty person in a suit, goes in and does it. So this idea that the military and federal law enforcement don't work together, I mean, the ATF and FBI don't always work together, but the military and federal law enforcement work together pretty well. They understand what their assignment is. The Marines coming in, it's a bigger headline than a force. It's more of a logistical support. Same thing with the National Guard. But the story is, why in the hell do they have to be there to begin with? That's the story.
That is the story. I also wanted to get your take, because I know you'll be covering the military parade this weekend as well, and I'm excited about it. But he's being criticized for it, right? They're calling him a king. He thinks he's a dictator. I mean, what do you make of those criticisms? And those
President Trump makes the best point, and I only heard him say it this week, and I think he said it before, though. Every other country celebrated D-Day but us. You know the email I got on D-Day? On D-Day, I got an email from the VA telling me that it was Gun Violence Prevention Day and offering me a lockbox for my guns, because as a combat vet, obviously I can't be trusted with them. That's what our country does on D-Day. This is the type of patriotism that we need. We need to show the world not only that we have a strong military and we believe in it, but that we're proud of it and we take care of it. And that's what that'll do. It happens to be that the president was born on this day. That's kind of, to me, more serendipitous than his ego.
And you'll be on Fox and Friends tomorrow, right?
I will. Well, Saturday.
Sorry, why? I keep thinking it's Friday.
It's a Friday,
it's
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's a Friday.
But Saturday. Yeah. Thank you, Joey.
But the fact that I get back to this statement that the Marines and the National Guard pose a danger.
Yeah.
That it speaks to what you're saying about how we do not celebrate our military.
Yeah.
And if you are perpetuating some fear that doesn't exist.
Let me give you an anecdote real quick. When I first got to Afghanistan on my second deployment, the unit that we were replacing got a visit from Stanley McChrystal because of how good a job they did. Do you know what good job they did? They took a town where the civilians threw boulders at them and tried to kill them every time they came through, planted IEDs, and they responded not in kind, but with kind. And they won the town over. They didn't kill any civilians. They didn't go after them. They didn't act like idiots. If we can control ourselves as United States Marines to that professionalism in Afghanistan, what do you think they're going to do in L.A.? They're going to do their damn job, and they're going to do it well and honorably. And you know what? Gavin Newsom should welcome some Marines coming in and getting to help his state out.
And Semper Fi.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
And God bless America.
Joe, you're the best.